We haven't even started drinking yet today.
Oh, God. Welcome to Scrutiny with Cheri and Andy. My name's Cheri Hardman. This is my good friend,
Andy Vargo.
whichever way he is. And we're here to discuss all things with our special brand of Scrutiny. We do have a special guest today, and he's waiting in the waiting room, so I don't want to make him wait too long. We're going to play a game with him. Today's schedule is going to be, we're going to play a game with him. We're going to do our own little thing that we do every week where we each pick a topic. And so maybe let's just say what we got going on really quick, except for what we have going on Monday. We'll say that. Okay. So tomorrow night, I'm going to be at Rainier Growlers in Puyallup. So come see me there. You got anything going on that you can talk about?
Tomorrow night, I'm going to be at Little Creek Casino for a private event. So don't come see me, go see Cheri, but think about me while I'm doing my thing.
There we go. All right. And then Monday, we have a big show at Odd Otter. It is, we're doing Unmentionables. And that is always really fun. I'm really excited about it. And we have a special guest star that's going to be our headliner. So we're going to bring him in right now. He, his credits include writing for the Howard Stern Show. He's a hard rocking comedian. Please welcome one of my favorite people. As soon as I figure out how to get him out of the waiting room, I will bring him in here. I didn't think about that part.
That was a really cool build-up.
Okay, now I know how to bring him in. All right, please welcome Jason Stewart.
Woo!
Hey.
Yeah, all right. I couldn't hear everybody else clapping, but I know they were.
We were all clapping. Hey, Jason, we gave you your intro when you weren't listening.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Hey, how you guys doing?
We're good. We're so excited about having you Monday night.
I am as excited as you guys must be to have me as they come out and do this show. I've been doing a different thing for the last few years. I've been out on the road with Michael Winslow whenever we could. So
right.
Yeah, I've been playing guitar and doing the other art.
Yeah, I think this is your first show back in Tacoma for a little while.
Yeah, I'm going to be in the Northwest. Yeah, I'm just doing your guys' show. Other than that, all the other dates I have are all over the country.
Wow, that's awesome.
Cool. I appreciate that because you gave me some opportunities when I was a baby comic. I mean, I'm still a baby comic, but when I was an itty baby comic, so I appreciate that about you.
Oh, no, my pleasure.
Okay, so we're going to play a game. It's a game that we played last time we had a superstar with us. And it's basically truth or a lie. So I already explained it to Jason. I think he's got it down, but I think we'll do like we did last time and go like with one of us first. So we can kind of get the hang of it and all.
And so for the audience who hasn't seen this before, we've each got a couple stories prepared and the other two have to guess. They're going to pick one for us to read, and we're only going to share that one, but then the other two can ask us a couple questions, for a minute or so, and then they have to decide, is that one that they picked the true story or the lie?
Right. So I'm trying to set a minute timer right now for when we're ready to ask the question. So okay.
All right.
I've got that. Do you want to go first this time, Andy?
Sure.
Okay.
I've got number 1 and number 2.
What do you think, Jason? Which one?
Let's go with number 1.
Okay.
All right. And I wrote on these and then I numbered them later, so I don't know which one this is.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's good.
Ooh, that time that I licked a slug on a dare.
Oh, did you lick a slug on a dare? All right, how do I start this countdown timer? Okay, yeah, here we go. All right, we got a minute. What did it taste like?
Oh, it was nasty. It was kind of salty, but it was like salty, but surprisingly a little sweet too.
wow. You would think the last thing a slug would be salty.
How old were you?
I want to say I was like 11. I was like not quite middle school, just getting into middle school.
Hmm. It was a dare, did you say?
Yes.
Whew, this is tough
I
because
don't know.
you're a germaphobe, so I can't imagine that you would do this. Were you trying to impress somebody?
Yeah,
Was it a boy?
probably.
We got 4 seconds left, but I'm going to say I think it's a lie.
I think I'm going to go against that, and I think it's true, especially given the age. Something about that just makes sense to me. You grow into having like germophobia.
All right, Andy.
Okay, so Jason's right that you grow into germophobia, but I still didn't lick a slug.
Oh, I'm wrong.
I didn't used to be as much of a germaphobe.
All right. Let's save Jason for last.
Okay.
Okay.
1 or 2?
All right, you pick, Jason. What do you think?
I'm going to do 2.
Okay. I don't know which one it is.
This is
My mom and I caught a sex offender.
Ooh.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, you got 1 minute.
Did you catch them in the act?
No.
What city were you in?
say-
Oh, sorry, Jason.
What?
I'm just thinking, was this when you're an adult or as a child?
I was a teenager.
You're a teenager. Okay. Hmm.
Did you have to testify?
Yes.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say that's true.
I was tempted to say that I thought it was a lie because Cheri always wants to be part of a story with a serial killer. So that would be my guess.
Okay, it is true.
Oh,
I had a guy that was flashing me every day when I walked to school. And one day he got like a little out of control and got out of his truck and was walking towards me. And
wow.
So my dad followed me to school for a while. We tried to catch him, never caught him. And then one day we were driving down the street and I saw his truck. And so my mom marched me into the place, which happened to be his place of business, and said, I want to know who drives that truck out there. And then they called the cops. The cops came, turned out he was a sex offender.
Wow.
And so, yeah, we had to go to court for all that. And he did get some time. And then I saw him several years later at church.
Oh, well, maybe he's a reformed sex offender now.
All right. Okay, Jason.
I got a little wordy with mine. So let's see here. We're going to do 1 or 2. What you guys?
2.
2 it is. Okay. While I was on the road in Texas, my friend and I were invited to mission control along with our former NFL quarterback Ryan Leaf in Houston, Texas. We were given a special tour by astronaut Clayton Anderson. He brought us into the original mission control, which has since been sealed off from public tours. Thank Apollo 13. We got to sit in the very seat that Gene Kranz sat in. He was the flight director during the Apollo 13 mission. After that, we were given a tour of their aquatics facility and their experimental spacecraft in development. We were brought on board a Soyuz space capsule and even got to sit inside a space shuttle on site. We were then invited into the modern mission control. We were allowed onto the main floor and got to speak with astronauts on board the International Space Station. Truly one of the most memorable experiences of my life.
Wow.
Wow,
Right.
that sounds
Starting
really
the timer. I was trying to start the timer. There it is. Save, start. Okay. I know you've had some pretty fucking amazing things happen in your life. So it sounds true to me, but I don't know how detailed your other story is, because that's pretty detailed.
Right.
So let me see. I don't know if I have any questions. Did you get any pictures of this?
I have a few pictures.
Andy?
I'm thinking here. And this was all you said in Houston?
Yes, it was at the Space Center in Houston, Texas.
Okay. And how many years ago was this?
2015.
Okay. And how long after you were there did they seal it off?
I believe they said we were going to be the last tour, that they were going to just close it off and make it a time capsule of sorts, because it is history.
Okay. Our minute is up. I'm going to say it's true.
I was gonna say false just because I feel like there's truth in it, but that just sounds way too awesome.
Yeah. Andy, you are absolutely 100% correct. I did not get to talk to astronauts on top of the space station, but I did go to the Space Center, got to do all the other stuff I said. But yeah, no, never got to talk to the astronauts on.
Nice.
They wouldn't allow me or my friend to go talk to anybody on the International Space Station.
That sounds pretty awesome though, even without that. Holy moly.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I was getting visions of like war games where they're standing on the floor and like they would never let a kid in here just talking.
Right.
Yeah.
So crazy.
That's so awesome.
Before we go, I also thought I was going to make a graphic for this, but I didn't do it. But I think we should play a rock and roll version of Marry, Shag, Kill.
Marry, Shag, Kill. Huh. Okay.
Do you know this game?
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's not
I think
shag,
I do.
it's
Yeah.
another word. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we're going to
yeah.
have, this is rock and roll version. So we have
Okay.
Joan Jett, Ozzy Osbourne, and Ted Nugent. So I need you to tell me which one you're going to marry, which one you're going to shag, and which one you're going to kill.
Well, I definitely. So who's the three again? Ozzy Osbourne, Ted Nugent, and who?
Joan Jett.
Joan Jett. Definitely between those three, I gotta go with Joan Jett. I mean, she's just badass. So I'm gonna marry her.
Okay.
We want to have somebody badass.
Okay.
Murder. I would have to go with probably Ted Nugent. Though, I mean, that would probably, I mean, he has the arsenal and I have a slingshot, so I don't know how that's going to work out for me.
So that
And
means
then,
you're going to have sex with Ozzy?
Fuck yeah, man. Why not? Fuck yeah. I'm sure a correct his stutter.
All right. I would ask Andy, but he probably doesn't know who any of those people are.
I was gonna try and Google them, but my computer's frozen. I know who they are as far as, you know, but I'm trying to get a visual for.
I know. I didn't have time to do that.
Problem.
I just really wanted Jason's answers to that.
Nice.
Because he's yeah. All right. Well, that's all we needed from you. We are excited to have you on Monday. We just wanted to give a little preview. I've seen you blow the roof off places, so I know that it's going to be a fun show. It's kind of a wild show anyway, you know, so we won't get too wild. Don't worry, Andy. But we we're gonna have a good time. So
It's
Thank
always
you
I
very
can't wait
much.
for it. And that lineup you have put together looks stellar. So it's going to be a really great night.
it's gonna be fun. All right, well, thank you very much. Enjoy.
see you Monday,
We'll
Jason.
see you on
Bye,
Monday.
Andy.
See ya.
Take care, guys. Take care.
Bye. All right.
Well, that was a blast. I can't wait for our Monday show. That's gonna
Yeah,
be so much fun.
he's in Seaside, Oregon, by the way. He told me while we were
Oh,
waiting
nice.
for you. Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought maybe you got a new computer because it looks different,
I'm on my phone because my computer was taking forever to restart. So,
but it looks blue in the background.
oh, that's probably just the lighting.
Yeah.
I tell you, I actually was going to go. I've gone and shopped a lot the last week for both computers and other technology stuff, and I was going to get a new phone Tuesday, and I thought that's really stupid because I needed the mind space to be practicing for my presentation that I had yesterday. I thought, why would I go take the 2 hours to get a new phone and then have all afternoon fiddling around with a new phone and distracting myself and not working on what I needed to work on? So I waited for technology till after tomorrow's event. So then I will focus on getting a new computer, new phone, upgrading the tech services here, and we'll be taking things to a whole new level. So
Awesome. I'm excited.
all right.
Okay.
The tech services here, and we'll be taking things to, because then maybe I'll stop hearing myself during our show if I get some new technology.
Well, I think that was my technology problem.
I'm just messing with you.
Trying to see if I could see if we had any comments, but no. So,
Cheri, what do you want to talk about today?
well, last week I started talking about this book I was reading. I'm going to blame it on a little post-COVID fog. I did a really piss poor presentation of it. So, but it's because I realized when I was in it that there was too much for just one little snippet.
Sure.
So I think what I'm going to do, like last week, I talked mostly about establishing rapport with someone and basically pointing your heart towards their heart.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And that really is kind of like being open, like open body language, but it's more focused than that. It's like you are pouring your energy into them. And then the next thing that we talked about, I don't even know if I talked about it, was kind of mirroring their posture.
Okay.
Like if the person is sitting like this and you sit like this, not like you don't want to look creepy. But you're mirroring their body posture. And then now I have a little thing I would like to share. It is I did make a little quiz. Oh, so let me give this before so I need you and everybody else, whoever, to get like a pen and paper because we're going to take a quiz. And there are 14 questions.
Holy moly.
They're really easy, though. They're not hard.
Okay.
And I already took this, but I'm going to take it again so we can compare our results. Now, some of the questions near the end, it's almost like they kind of ran out of good questions, and I don't know why they didn't just quit, but let me find it.
Okay, I've got my paper numbered 1 through 14.
Okay. Go up to the top.
Cheri Hardman,
go.
screen sharing.
All right.
All right. Be sure you got your pen and paper ready at home so you can play along.
Yes.
Answer these questions.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. If there were only 3 rooms left at a beach resort, would you choose the room that offers A, an ocean view, but lots of noise, B, sounds of the ocean, but no view, or C, comfort, but lots of noise and no view?
Okay, I got it. Do I wait till the end to give you my answers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, when I have a problem, A, I look for alternatives. B, I talk about the problem. C, I rearrange the details.
Ooh.
That's hard because I usually do all of those.
I know, I was just thinking I kind of do all three.
So I know. So you kind of just got to go with your first instinct or what your first instinct is when you have a problem.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Number 3, when riding in a car, I want the inside to A, look good, B, sound quiet or powerful, or C, feel comfortable or secure.
Okay.
All right.
Got it.
Number 4, when I explain a concert or event that I've just attended, I first, what?
I'm sorry, am I supposed to write the letter or the, I've been writing the answer.
Oh, the letter.
Okay.
We can go back.
I
I don't know how to go back.
I think I know all of them. I'll double check, but okay, go ahead. Sorry, number 4.
Right. I'm sorry, I didn't explain that better. When I explain a concert or event I've just attended, I first, A, describe how it looked, B, tell people how it sounded, or C, convey the feeling.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Number 5, in my spare time, I most enjoy A, watching TV or going to the movies, B, reading or listening to music, C, doing something physical, crafts or gardening or playing sports.
What was B again?
Reading or listening to music.
Oh, gotcha. All right.
Number 6, the one thing I personally believe everyone should experience in his or her lifetime is A, sight, B, sounds, C, feeling. I know it's a dumb question, but.
Okay.
Number 7, of the following activities, I spend the most time indulging in A, daydreaming, B, listening to my thoughts, or C, picking up on my feelings.
All right.
Number 8, when someone is trying to convince me of something, A, I want to see evidence or proof, B, I talk myself through it, or C, I trust my intuitions.
All righty.
Number 9, I usually speak and think A, quickly, B, moderately, or C, slowly.
Sweet. Ready to go.
Number 10, I normally breathe from high in my chest, low in my chest, or my belly.
I never paid attention to that.
I know.
Okay, there we go. I had to breathe and figure that one out.
Number 11, when finding my way in an unfamiliar city, A, I use a map, B, I ask for directions, or C, I trust my intuition.
Okay.
Number 12, when I choose clothes, it is important to me that A, they look immaculate, B, I make a personal statement about my personality, or C, I feel comfortable.
All righty.
Number 13, when I choose a restaurant, my main concern is that A, it look impressive, B, I can hear myself talk, or C, it will be comfortable.
Okay.
And last question, I make decisions, A, quickly, B, moderately, C, slowly.
Okay.
And then just count up how many of each letter you have.
I have 14.
You're funny.
Okay, got my results.
Okay. And what are you? I mean, what
I'm
do you have
Andy.
most of?
I have the most of C.
So C, you're kinesthetic. Is that what you've gotten? Like, have you ever taken like other tests about, they have like learning styles. This isn't really learning style, but this is like how, so probably A is visual, B is auditory, C is kinesthetic. So what that means is like if I'm A, I'm visual, so I learn visually. And when I'm talking, I probably will say stuff like, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
So
I'm definitely more of a kinesthetic learner. I know
you
that.
would say more like, I know how you're feeling. You would
Gotcha.
talk
Yeah,
about feeling words.
gotcha.
People that are auditory are more likely, and you can, like, when you start to listen to someone, notice whether they use words about see, hear, like I hear what you're saying, or I see what you're saying, or I feel what you're saying.
Okay.
That just helps you to know that if you want to get through to that person, then I'm gonna go for your feelings.
Okay. Nice.
Like if I'm trying to get through to you for any reason and you're a visual person, you're going to use seeing words and you're going to show me things.
Gotcha. I'm gonna show you the evidence.
Right.
Okay.
So we'll go more on about this next week, but that's just the crux
So
of
now-
it right there. So
Well, that's exciting. So I'd love to hear if you've been following along and you took the test that Cheri just gave us. Throw your results in there. Let us know how you are, and if you feel like that hits home, like that makes sense to you.
do you that makes sense for you?
Yeah,
For
that
what you
does.
got?
Make sense for me.
Now for myself, like I got 5 C's, but I had 8 A's.
Okay, yeah, I had 5 A's, 2 B's, and 7 C's.
Yeah, I say I only had 1 B. But they say like if you're an A, that you usually talk faster and stuff. I don't think I really talk fast, but I think really fast and make decisions really fast. So
Well, you may not feel like you talk fast, but compared to people around you, you may be a step ahead with the way you speak.
maybe. What do you want to talk about today? So I'll finish off talking about this book next week, but that's just kind of where I wanted to leave it, because I think maybe we can. I haven't really been around people, but I'm going to be around people tonight. So I'm going to kind of use some of this stuff that I've been reading about and see what I notice and observe when I'm
That's
around,
exciting.
when
I
I'm
like
around humans. So
Hmm.
what's going on with you in your world? What do you want to talk about?
I would love to talk about something which I was thinking I wanted to talk about, and then I kind of forgot what I wanted to talk about. So in order to talk about something fun, I'm gonna say, let's talk about, I don't know. No, I had this revelation this week, which I think I had shared with you a little bit, but I think sometimes we reinvent the wheel too much. And I was getting ready for this event I had, and it was focused on leadership, and it was a little longer than normal events that I do. And so I was trying to think about, what kind of exercises I wanted to pull into it. And I kind of had to go back to my roots on pulling in my Own Your Awkward message, which I have talked about with leadership before, but I had started, I'm always reading leadership books and watching TED Talks and YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff. But I specifically made sure that the last couple of weeks I was studying up on different styles of leadership and different types of leaders, just so that that was front of mind while I was talking yesterday. But initially I was trying to reinvent kind of a whole new program. I was like, okay, I need to sit down and write out a whole 2-hour program to be designed specifically for what this is. And then I realized I went back and watched a talk that I gave 2 years ago, which was a keynote for a leadership development conference. And the keynote was addressing authentic leadership. And I'm thinking, why am I not just using this material I already have right here? And I remember when I gave that keynote, finishing up the day thinking, it was all right. You know, there's a couple things I wish I was a little more organized on, or there was something here. But I went back and I watched it, and not to toot my own horn, but I was like, this is really good. I really like what I'm saying here. And we tend to kind of be our own worst critic. And sometimes you have to get far enough away from it to really appreciate what you bring. And so I was able to really use that as the base for my program yesterday. And then I needed to pull some more information in because it was longer, and that was fine. So I did need to put the work into it. But I wish that in retrospect, I wish I started from that perspective a month ago when I was preparing for this and just watched that video right away, because I would have like come at it from a different angle from the beginning. But I'm still happy with how it went. I added some new things in, which I was super excited to do. I'm really trying to up the level of having people have an actionable item that they leave with that they have to work on the next couple of weeks after they leave. And that was something I was glad to be able to work into it. But I wonder how often we're like trying to reinvent the wheel on things we actually already are relatively proficient at.
Do you think that, like, if a month ago, if you had said to yourself, okay, what kind of tools do I already have that I can use for this, if you would have thought of that?
That's a good question. I don't know if I would have thought about it, but that's something I'm going to definitely start out always asking myself, is like, what's already in that toolkit? Because if I didn't, I might not have stumbled upon that one thing, but maybe there'd be something else I would have pulled out and said, oh, I already have this. And I kind of did do that, because I have one exercise that I work on for authenticity, for helping people find their kind of what makes up them as a person. And I had decided I'm going to take this workshop I've done about finding yourself, and I'm going to pull that into this talk. And so I did that, but that was also more recent, so it was more front of mind. And with that talk, it's all about the idea that if we aren't true to who we are and know who we are, we can't bring our full selves to our place as a leader. And if we can't bring our full selves to our place as a leader, then we're not being authentic. And one of the most exciting ways that I found to word this in my journey this last week is that we talk a lot about leadership and what leadership means. And I was, watching and getting into more how different people look at leadership. And leadership really comes down to, if you watch John Maxwell, he'll say this over and over again, that leadership comes down to influence. And basically, if you're leading people, you're influencing them. And now I've taken that to the next level by saying, leadership is about influence, and you cannot influence people if you can't trust them. People have to be able to trust you in order for you to influence them. And you can't get people's trust if you're being fake and you're not authentic. You have to be authentic in order to get people's trust. And the best way to be authentic is to own your awkward. So if you don't own your awkward, you can't be authentic, you can't get people's trust, you're not going to influence them, and you won't be a true leader. So for me, I was just really excited to kind of bring that whole message together.
Right.
Because I know that owning your awkward has these roots in the importance of what you need to live your best life, to be your best person, to bring your best self. But I sometimes forget to really relate it in a way that is clear, so that I can say, look, if you want this, this is why owning your awkward is important in a professional environment. It's really simple to say, to be happy and okay with yourself, to say, oh yeah, own your awkward so that you feel good, so that you can step into the world with confidence, all these things. But then when I go to a professional setting and I'm the awkward guy, and all of a sudden it's like, well, what does that have to do with giving a professional talk? It has everything to do with it, because it's all about being authentic.
Right.
So that felt
groovy. That's really good. Yeah.
So that felt good. And it was kind of one of those combination of pulling those tools out. I just wish I remembered I had some of those tools a little sooner in the process. And so I think every time I have a success or anything I do, I walk away from it and I think, okay, what are the things that went well and what are the things that I learned from? And what are the things that I can take from that and now implement to the next thing, with the whole mindset that every time I do something, it's going to continue to get better and better. And I'm not saying it wasn't good. It was a great time. But it makes me so excited for the next time because I know it's going to be even better. Just like, oh my gosh, now if I take this, layer this in, I can't wait to add that in. And I had these ideas for these, I had an idea for these cards that I use this time that people can use as a punch card. And we use that and I'm excited about it, but I had to order the temporary version because I wanted to get them two-sided, which doesn't really make much of a difference other than my logo is on the back. So it's a little more promotional, but as far as people being able to use it, it was done. And that was something I had to really step back and say, just because I can't have it be exactly perfect the way I want, doesn't mean I can't use it and do it. I can have the one-sided version printed in a day or two and have it ready to go for the event. It doesn't mean I can't have this concept in place.
Right.
And then I can order the two-sided for the next time. So
cool. Well, it's all coming together for you there, Andy. That's fun.
Pretty exciting. Yeah, and I ordered these cards in a generic enough way that like this talk was leadership, and I ordered them in a way that I can use them for different types of events. So and even then I thought, as I was talking to them about the card, I thought, oh, next time I'm going to bring this up sooner and we can talk through some of those things as we're going through it. And that way, and I'm going to practice that in my next speech for Toastmasters, is going to be, okay, now I've got this concept. And so it just makes me so excited for the opportunities that are going to come up, because it's going to each time get better.
Well, yeah. And I noticed, like, even as like for producing comedy shows, like every time afterwards, every time look like, oh, I forgot this, or oh, I forgot that. But then I just tell myself, well, next time, I'll be more aware so that I can do those little things that I forget to do in the excitement of the moment. It's all a learning, growing process.
Yes, it is. And then that's the thing that I think we need to remember. One of the things too with John Maxwell that he talks about a lot, and I know I've watched a lot of his stuff lately. You get onto YouTube and then it just kind of keeps showing you the same person.
Right.
So that was kind of my Tuesday, was a lot of watching him. But he talks about the idea of focusing on growth instead of a goal. He says you reach a goal, you check it off, and you're done. And now there's nowhere to go. But if you're focused on growth, you can have goals along the way that help you grow. But if the ultimate desire is to continue to grow, you never stop. So you're never satisfied. And it's not that you're not satisfied, it's that you're not satisfied to the point where you just stop. Because once you've reached your goal, it's kind of an empty feeling of, well, what now? Now I'm just sitting here with nothing to do, nothing to focus on. And our actual feelings of success, the feeling that we get from being successful, actually comes from the journey towards success. It's not from actually achieving the goal. We actually have the feelings and endorphins while we're doing the work. So as soon as you reach the goal, you're kind of like, oh, now what?
Kind of like the day after Christmas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That letdown.
Or like the day after maybe your biggest comedy show you ever do, where you're like, okay, that was fun. I was on a high, but now what?
Now what? Yeah.
So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to Monday. It's going to be an awesome show. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will. It's always fun when I get to spend time with you.
Yes, it
and
is.
Corinna Lee Allen, I haven't seen her in ages, so it'll be nice to see her. I just saw Brandon, and then I haven't really seen Naren in a while either, since the summer. So
yeah, I don't know when I last saw Naren. This probably September, October. So, but I'm excited now too, because February is the month I'm gonna get back out there on some more shows. So I'm getting back into the comedy swing of things a little bit. So
yeah, I just found out, like, right as I was getting on here, that on Super Funny Comedy Club page, I've been bugging Nate for a while, like, why don't you have a calendar on your website? And the calendar's finally up, and so I think I'll be able to put my events on there. So I'm excited.
Nice, that's exciting.
So I mean, that's I'm like chomping at the bit, like I want to go do that now. So yeah,
Well-
so people can start watching on there, and that'll be fun. So yeah,
Well, good.
we're gonna have a
Good
good
fun.
time. We got
Let's
some
go
good
do
stuff
that.
coming up. Well, Steve was watching, and he said that you seem to say, "I see what you're saying" a lot when you talk to him.
I do.
Uh huh.
I could, and that was my answers were right between the A and the C.
Uh
So
huh. Yeah.
it was really close, and so I could see that being the case.
Ah.
I probably do that. Yeah.
Well, I guess
Sometimes
we're
our friends
good.
know us better than we know ourselves.
That's true. Maybe. I was looking at actually when I was I'll just say this real quick. When I was researching today about like mirroring and stuff in the book, I thought I wonder if I could go look at some of our videos and see where we have mirrored each other. And there was I just was too lazy to edit it, but when we were in Vegas together, there was one time where we both like turned our heads the same way at the same time, and it was like kind of for no reason. It was kind of funny. We both just went like some weird little dip at the same time. It was like, well, we were in sync there.
I just love giving you crap.
Go ahead and do this one, Andy, so I can screenshot it.
Nice.
All right. Bye. I'll talk to you
Bye.
later. Bye, everybody.
Tune in next time.